crested cockatoos get their name sulfur crested due to that yellow crest on the top of their head. And that is just a way he can kind of communicate with us and his flock. It can say, I'm really excited, I'm a little worried, you never know. He's got a lot to say. Yeah. And I'm always right, so he only nods with me. And he is super cute. So that is just a couple of the behaviors Foster knows. But he does a lot of mimicry. So out in Australia, they live in huge flocks of hundreds of birds. And they will mimic each other in their own unique calls so that they can communicate. But for us, we are Foster's flock, so he picks up a lot of what we say and repeats it back to us because he loves attention. Do I say anything? Hi, Foster. So that is something we say to him all the time. So he knows if he says it, he'll get our attention. I know, I'm always right. I get it. Whistle. And whistling, I don't think any of us on our crew can actually whistle, but at some point, someone could whistle. Foster is 25 years old. You may think that's pretty old, but these birds can actually live up to 60 years. So all parrots, most parrots are pretty long-lived. I know some people tend to have them as a pet, but that is like having a 2-year-old for 60 years. I don't know about you, I don't want that. And he may seem super cute, but sometimes he makes some noises that are not so cute. Imagine 24 hours a day. This is what he sounds like. Can we do it on cue? Chewing first, chewing. I'm so rude. See? Yeah, that right there. All day long. So he comes out on stage, looks super cute for you guys. As soon as he goes home, that's all he does. So you guys get the good side of him. But I think Foster is about ready to go home. Can you guys do me a favor and wave at him? Goodbye. There you go. That was a great job, Foster. So Foster is going to make his way off stage. I'm going to turn this mic off. The wind is a little higher today than normal, so don't want any feedback coming on. And our next bird will come out momentarily, and he is actually one of my favorite birds. He is not one you may see commonly during the day. So while Foster is a very bright early morning bird, this bird likes to sleep a little bit. So this is Scout. Ooh. He is our barn owl. And as I said, he is very nocturnal, but he does like to wake up in the day and help us out. So he's going to hopefully show off some natural behaviors. We do. Okay, Bluetooth active. That's fun. We're going to see. He's got a really cool ability to hear even the quietest of sounds. So we are going to play a cricket noise. He's going to hear it. And pounce. Oh, you got it. All right. A little spooky today. That is okay. But you found it anyway, so I'm going to give it to you, okay? Oh my gosh. All right. Too scary. How about we come on down? Yeah, that's all right. No cricket noise today, and that is okay. I'll give you it anyway. So these guys have incredible hearing. They can actually hear in a football field. You only have a candle. They can hear and see enough to find their prey. So I'm going to send him on home because he was a little spooked today. He's a little full. I gave him a large piece. So he's going to take a minute and process. Because, you got to take your time with food. But Scout, he's a very good boy. Sometimes things get a little spooky, but I think he did pretty good otherwise. So barn owls are definitely one of my favorite species. And one reason for this is because they are actually believed to be one of the reasons for haunted houses, because they like to live in like abandoned barns and houses, and they scream the most terrifying scream you have ever heard. So people will go into that abandoned barn and be like, oh my gosh, there's a ghost. And they've got that bright white face, but it's just a barn house. You may have noticed I'm coming out with you guys. We are actually going to have a bird hopefully join us in the stands over here. Special treat. But this does mean I have to hop my way on up.
How are you?
But I can talk about another cool thing. It's called the North American Songbird Safe. Has anyone ever heard of it? No? It's okay, because I hadn't until recently. This is a conservation program that helps to protect our native birds here. And it does, we do sort of some things at the zoo, like we put up panels on our glass that have like lines or dots, and it just helps birds see that that's a window and I should not fly into it. Because that does unfortunately happen to a lot of native birds. So we like to participate in this program and kind of help everyone out because we may have a lot of cool birds here, but if you look around, there are cool birds everywhere. Speaking of cool birds, maybe our next friend will be joining us. She's a little bit of a loud one, so I think you guys will hear her before he's here. But I have no idea what the timing's going to be, so I'm just going to wait here. There she is! Oh, it's a little windy. So she's getting carried a little bit with the wind. Sorry, Olive. So this is Olive. She is our red-fronted macaw. We actually have two of them, but Olive is a little bit more friendly than Sawyer. Sawyer just likes to take his time and do what he wants. Well, ideally Olive would have come up here and done loops, but she loves these beautiful loops over the feeder anyway. So red-fronted macaws are actually one of the smallest species of big macaws. So she's only about 1 pound. She may look bigger, but that's all. And these guys are actually a really unique species. Most macaws are from like the Amazon rainforest, but red-fronted macaws are kind of from like the Desert Bolivia region. And because of this, they also have some really unique behaviors. They get the nickname of donkey parrots because they will come to the ground and they will steal all the peanuts from the farmer's field. A little naughty, but we like to see it. And Olive is going to come back to Amanda. And that was such a beautiful flight. So red-fronted macaws also are one of the few birds that can truly hover. So as she lands, she kind of stops mid-air for a minute to get her bearings and then does a very pretty land. We can see if she wants to come on out to me. Maybe. We'll think about it. It was a little windy, so we'll see what she says. Good job. She is very talented flyer, so it's a little windy today, but she says, I got this. So now you guys can kind of see her up close. She's got that big, beautiful red spot on her head. So while she is a very green bird, they are called red-fronted macaws. Not to be confusing at all. Don't worry, we have green-winged macaws back at home, and they are very red with a little bit of green on their wings. Yeah, bird naming is fun. There's just so many birds, you gotta come up with things. And we'll see if she'll do one of her loops. Maybe. Yeah, think about it. You gonna go? You know, she runs this show right now. I cannot do anything except help her make the decisions we want. But really, she could sit here all day. And that's the fun part about working with animals is you're not in control. They have full power to do whatever they want. And we just hope that giving them good snacks will encourage some positive decisions. But you want to go? No? Maybe she just wants to hang out. She is pretty friendly to strangers, so she feels pretty comfortable hanging out with you guys right here. All right, I'm going to try one more time. You see? Amanda's up there. All right, so maybe she doesn't want to leave today, and that's okay. She can hang out with me. And as you heard, she's very vocal. So these guys, just like Foster, very loud. I think macaws, just some of the loudest birds out there. Now you guys can just sit here and watch her eat. She's very cute. And if you guys saw that, she was kind of holding her nut bit with her foot. That's kind of weird. But most macaws are actually left or right-footed. Olive, I think, is right-footed, which is very abnormal. Most birds are left-footed. She's just a special little girl. But if you guys can notice, it's probably a little hard, she actually is using her tongue to break some of these nut pieces up. And that is because they have a bone inside their tongue. Pretty handy. It just works like a little thumb, just like us. But they are such a unique species of birds. I think our next birds are just about to get ready. So anyone who has those green ladles out there, this is going to be your time to shine. These next birds, they're going to come on out, and let me tell you, they have no sense of personal space. They will get all up in your business. But I promise, they're nice birds. But they are also loud. As I said, macaws are loud. We have a lot of loud birds. So if you guys could help me out and say release the birds on the count of 3, I think we can bring them out. All right. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Release the birds! And here they come! These are our halibut getting Olive leaving. That's okay. Oh, she's coming back. So this is the behavior I was trying to ask for, and now she's just going to do it on her own. What a good bird. These guinea fowls, we have a flock of 11 here, but out in Africa, they of different birds. And if you guys notice, they kind of have that black and white spotting pattern. This helps as a form of camouflage. So when they're in these large groups of
Oh,
black and white
wow.
spots, it's really hard for
That's
a predator to
faster.
pick out an individual bird, and it's
But
just a
yeah.
big mess for them. So helps them stay alive and keeps predators confused. These birds are being really quiet right now, but when they get scared, it is very loud. They actually work as an alarm call for a lot of farmers, and they have been brought into the U.S. because of this.
That's
They'll
cute.
live on a farm with their flock of chickens, and they will scream whenever they see something wrong. So if you see a big predator, that bird's going to scream and let you know. But they're also a little bit sensitive, and what scares them may not be what scares us. Like a cloud covers the sky. Oh, that grass looks at them weird. They're going to yell. So they're a little sensitive, but they get the job done. Another fun thing they do out on the farm is they are really good pest controls. So they will eat a lot of like ticks, fleas, and all those bugs you really don't want hanging around. So they're overall a pretty good group of birds. And I heard their recall, so hopefully they're going to be making their way off stage soon. Sometimes they like to stick around. I bet you this is Stitch right here. He has been going backwards and trying to get all the scraps of food. He says he never eats and we don't feed him. Trust me, he's lying. So Stitch is eventually gonna make his way off, but until then, he's gonna go backwards. And that was what we have for you guys today. I hope you guys had a great time here at the Wonders of Wildlife. If you have any questions, you guys can come and see us. We'll also have a bird or two on stage if you guys want to get a closer look. But I want to thank you guys for coming here today and for being here at the Omaha's Henley Dorley Zoo. You guys are doing a great job in supporting conservation all over the world. So thank you guys.
Thank you.